I think the worst villain in anime is Enrico Pucci.
That's a mood.
Because, like, he reset the whole universe just because he was gay.
Yeah, literally. He had a thing for Dio.
My character that is the worst villain is from the same series, and it's Dio. I'd have to say, because he's just the worst. He did a big gay, he f***ed a ton of woman. But hey, you know, if that's what gets you world domination, f***ing go for it, right? Dio is the f***ing worst of this series, but I love him dearly.
Nagito Komaeda. I just hate him so much. He's so stupid. I'm choosing Professor Kakuzawa because he thought he could experiment on Lucy for years and then decide to wimp out and blow himself up. So I call that cowardly.
What is your opinion on who the worst anime villain is?
Yeah.
I would have to say the worst anime villain is Millennium Earl from D. Gray Man.
That's a good reason. Why?
Mostly because he manipulates people into giving up their loved ones' souls and then turning them into demons. And then forcing those demons to kill other people. And
That's a mood.
it's just a full-on circle of death and destruction and pain.
Yes, it's a very good opinion, and I agree with you on it.
Who is your least favorite anime villain? Like, who do you absolutely loathe?
Frieza, because I'm pretty sure he has a Napoleon complex and needs to get over himself.
Sadly, Zeref, because he sadly got defeated too easily.
I don't like Akainu at all.
Yeah, he's a douche nozzle.
Yeah, he doesn't like Straw Hat either, but he's just despicable.
I think probably the entire government in Assassination Classroom Season 2, because they're trying to kill Koro-sensei, but they don't really know what they're talking about.
I have to say, Wolfram from the My Hero movie Two Heroes, very underdeveloped. I know he was filler, but I feel like he could have been developed more.
Jinko and Nishima. For obvious reasons.
All of them. They're terrible.
Shao Tucker. Because you don't do that to your daughter. I mean, how could he do that? She was so sweet. You don't do that to her.
Or considerate. That's not a parent. He doesn't deserve to be a parent.
Alexander was such a good boy.
He was. And she was only, what, 4?
I think she was. Yeah. You don't do that to a small child and a dog. No.
So my idea for the worst villain in anime, maybe not the worst, but one of the real nasty guys is Gendo from Evangelion, because he's a child-abusing piece of crap.
So I have to say it's Homenheim from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. His other name is also called the Father, and I think he's super villainous because he's really like cryptic, and he also has like the 7 deadly sins, and they're all pretty cool. I think he did a really good job, and the last fight was like super awesome.
Probably Orochimaru, because he's a little creepy, especially with that Uchiha family. So yeah, that's why I think he's a bad villain.
I have to say the worst, like the baddest anime villain would probably be someone that's just horribly written. Because it's like, how can I find you threatening if you don't even know why it is that you're doing, if you don't have any backstory as to why you're doing this in the first place?
So I think I'd have to say Shigaraki from Boku no Hero Academia. It's a little hard to talk with the fangs. But I will say, I think the only reason is, I think sometimes he's a little bit of a crybaby and sometimes loses motivation. And I think he could be really cool. And he is in the manga as he goes on, but he really needs to get more of a motivation other than wanting to get like plain old revenge. He needs some dimension.
In my opinion, I think Frieza is the most evil villain. Mainly because no matter what the circumstances is, when he was in the tournament for the universe, he was still thinking about himself, being a dick to everybody, even fighting Goku, even though if they lost, his universe would go out of existence. And even with that, Frieza was like, I don't care, I'm gonna still fight and think about myself and be number one. And when he got sent to hell, his version of hell was like, you know, people singing around, colorful colors, and if that's his version of hell, you can tell he's like just pure evil and bad of heart.
Griffith. I would say the dad from Fullmetal Alchemist was an awful person because he turned his daughter into a dog.
Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist, the guy who turned his daughter into a dog chimera.
Muzan. I think that's how you say it. The one from Demon Slayer, like the big demon guy that transforms everyone into demons. Just the finale of it. The finale of Demon Slayer. If you haven't seen it or haven't seen the anime, definitely watch it. It's so hard to explain without any spoilers. That guy's scary.